have the power.
Hey Hero fans, so today it's more BraveStarr love, and this time it's the cool consoles that we have inside the playset. So let's check out my cool design, and these are also available on my eBay, and I'll put the link in the description. So check this out, it's so cool. Let's turn the camera around and see what we got. Marshall BraveStarr. Huh. So when I first got this set, they had these really cool blue computer consoles. And of course, they require tons of stickerization. And as you guys know, as I watched my channel for a while, I'm not a huge fan of stickers. Because stickers end up ruining stuff. You end up with all kinds. Like this one's actually a used one. I had to buy a used one time. And you can see all the leftover sticker-ish stuff all over the place. This one here is actually a new one that came with the set. I don't know where my new one is for the other side. I'll have to find it somewhere in a package, but I kept buying them. So my thought was to recreate these. And what I first was going to do was I was going to take and make glow-in-the-dark panels for all these. And then I was going to take and put decals on the glow-in-the-dark panels. So I could take my UV light and I could charge it up. Boop, 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 boop. And then have glow-in-the-dark panels. And I did that over here. So here's an example of a glow-in-the-dark panel, and you can kind of see how this would work. I sit there and charge it with a flashlight, and then the screen kind of glows. Now I know it's not the right decal for it. I thought it was kind of cool. I was just playing around with the idea, and I used the white glow-in-the-dark filament, and then just put a decal over the top, and there it is. So my thought was to do the same thing with the computer terminals, which could have worked. But again, that's kind of lame, and it has to be really dark. I mean, look how dark I had to turn everything in this room in order to make the glow-in-the-dark work. So that was not a good plan. So then my next plan was to take, I found the new one. My next plan was to take and Dremel all these holes out. And I did it with one of the panels. I took and Dremeled all these out, and it just looked horrible. And my thought was to put like a small little like phone or device or something back here and just mount it in this thing. And so I started looking online for all kinds of different devices I could use, whether it's MP3 player or LCD screens that I could program or something in order to make this work. And it just looked bad, bad, bad. So I decided to go back to the drawing board and create something from scratch. So I went and bought these cool MP3 players right here. And I'll have a link in the description for them. And I'm not going to open this one right here, but here they are. Here is an example of a little MP3 player. Check this out. Let me pull these out. Let me move the chair outside. You can sit on the porch there, BraveStarr. And let me pull this one out. And so I first had to figure out all the locations of these pieces and how they all fit in. And I designed a whole bunch of these over and over again until I got it just right. That fit right inside those same two holes. And then press fit nice and tight into that seam right here on the door so it can keep it up. Because the blue ones, they kept falling all the time. But getting this set just right. There we go. There we go. Snaps right in there. And I made one for the other side too. There we go. And there's my two terminals. Now I know it looks pretty bland right now. But then I take and I put these little MP3 players right up in here like this. I got to pull this little switch out first. And it just pops right in there. Ooh, ah. And then this one goes, turn it around. It goes the other direction. Because I wanted these controls on the bottom to be inward so that it would not be visible. And there we go. And now to turn them on. Ooh, now I got some cool computer program thing running in the background. That's a video. It lasts for hours. And it's just a bunch of different cool stuff. And this one, I wanted it to be a whole lot more screens. I got a little cutout area right here to turn it on. And you can see that's kind of cool. But then I made this little piece right here that goes over the top of it. And when you stick this on, it just seals the deal and makes it like separate little screens. There we go. And look how cool that looks. Oh, so cool. And you can adjust the brightness of it, like sliding up and down. You can change the spot in the video by sliding back and forth, so you can get the spot you want. So you can keep rewinding it if you want or fast forwarding it. So I just found myself, I made it like I think it was a couple hour long video. Boop. So I just rewind this a little bit. And then let me stick this back on top. There we go. And now you have some pretty cool looking computer terminals. And you can take and put different videos, anything you want inside of here. So watch this. There we go.
Rio Blast. Hordak has invaded Eternia. He's sending overkill your way. You need to hold overkill off until I can get there in all of my awesomeness.
Yes. So anyway, so you can see how fun that is. Now you can see these little buttons right here, all different colors. They are made of glow-in-the-dark filament. All right, so let's go and charge those up again. See, just kind of a cool little extra tidbit thing. So now you got the glow-in-the-dark pieces going, you got the screens going. So here's how I sell these. You will get each of these little computer units. Let me pull this out of here. And it does not come with the MP3 player. So let me pull that out. So you will get some random glow-in-the-dark pieces. They are removable, some of them, so you can take and replace them and switch the colors around. They are kind of hard to get in and out. And again, you'll get us a random set. You can buy it either in blue or black. So if you want the blue color, you can go with blue if you want, or you can get the black color. They'll both be available. Now the MP3 players are a separate purchase. I'll put the link obviously in the description, and I will also send you a message giving you the link in order to buy the MP3 players so you can get the right one. You got to get the exact brand though, so they fit right. Now you may be saying, well, wait a minute, why am I going to waste all this money on these cool MP3 players? Well, I actually use them for other things. I'm working on a Castle Grayskull piece that's going to use the exact same MP3 player for the computer screen. I also used them one time for a video that I was working on where I used this piece right here. Load, load, load. And then here's the video that goes along with it. And it was kind of a cool little thing where I just made it so it was like a brain reader, almost like you're in a meeting and you're going to transfer your thoughts so somebody else could see them. And so it was kind of a fun, you'll see a heartbeat thing I come across the monitor on the bottom. Nope, you lost your weapon, man. So it does just so improve your experience for your Fort Kerium. All right, so you want these, links in the description. Again, MP3 player is not included. And stop, this is so loud. New Texas. Oh, that's right, I forgot I made this for my Rio Blast video. I know that a lot of my audience is not into BraveStarr, so if you're not, make sure you forward this to other people you know that would like to have their BraveStarr Fort Kerium updated. And check out my other videos about the flag, and I'll soon have one about some other things too. So we're gonna keep going on this series, making cool stuff for Fort Kerium so we can improve your fort and make it just massive. And the cool part is this update is non-destructive, so you can still swap out the original ones just by pulling these out and putting this back in. So I tried to do that on purpose to make it so that it would not destroy the original aesthetic of the toy. All right, well, that's all that I have. And like they say in the 1987 movie of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe with Dolph Lundgren, good journey. And I'll see you guys in the next video. And remember, if you're not a BraveStarr fan, forward it to BraveStarr fans so they can see this cool new stuff I'm doing. Spread the word and put it on BraveStarr places. You know, people do BraveStarr stuff. And the cool thing is this works great for Rio Blast, which is why I have it. I have the Fort Kerium for Rio Blast to use. And it's like the most awesome Rio Blast playset ever. But anyway, that's all I got. So for now, good journey, and I'll see you guys next video. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it!